Hello everyone, my name is Kenmei and welcome to Project Resplendent, a series of videos where I give early units in Fire Emblem Heroes a Resplendent treatment based on your suggestions, so feel free to leave a few suggestions in the comments. Today we are working on a character that hasn't received any love since his debut, just like many other Shadows of Valentia characters. I'm talking about Grey. We are giving him an Askr makeover this time around, and as for reference, I did have a few, mainly our boy Alphonse and a few other guys like Selif, Ines, and surprisingly enough, I also looked at Ulm, even though he has an Emblem Resplendent, because I wanted to see how other Valentian designs could be translated. And I'm not going to hide it, working on this design was hard, both from a color perspective and just fitting the overall design into the Askrian aesthetic. My opinion is Grey's best realm aesthetically would be Nidavellir, and I know I'm just rambling at this point, but he looked great in it. But Askr it is, so Askr it shall be. One of the most obvious part to translate was the belt's big reddish belt, and boom, we got a base to work with. The pauldron can easily match Alphonse's with little feathers hanging from there, and it has showed us a little breastplate could work wonders on our boy. I decided to keep his forearm bares with sturdy reddish leather gloves adorned with the Askrian crest, and soon we come to the most dreadful part: how to translate the black shirt, the green tunic, and the beige flaps into something Askrian, which means at least a scarf, scales, and maybe some blue somewhere. The difficulty lies in the fact that since Grey doesn't have anything looking remotely close to a scarf, it would either replace the tunic altogether or just be something added for fluff, but maybe it would be messing with his carefree attitude. Same for the scales. Should it be where it usually is, protecting the torso? Or could it replace the leather protecting his hips? I chose the former, but trust me, the design could have gone a whole other way had I committed to it. Eventually, I decided he would have a long blue shirt with a white tunic over it with the entangled pattern you usually see in Fae, just to create a little callback to his original design. It felt like the best balance, and I think the end result will prove me right. Right? Same for the scarf. I did add one, covering how the scales would be integrated, but don't worry, I did think about how it worked, and made Grey wear it in a way that would complement his carefree nature. What about the flaps? Laziness shall prevail! By making brown boots, I decided I'd make them similar to the original design and just turn them brown with golden patterns. Simple yet effective. Since we're mentioning the boots, I made a somewhat questionable choice by replacing the protections on Grey's knees into real armor, strapped around the leg in such a way that it would make his pants appear a bit baggy. That might be where the design starts to get weak, but with a better delivery, I'm confident it will work well. And for the bottom of the boots, pretty simple, ending in chaps around the foot armor. I already spoiled a bit my choices in colors, but before we take a closer look, I wanted to work a bit on the paws, and just like Stall, it's kinda hard to find a nice paws that doesn't copy the original in Fae. It just shows how great the artist's eyes are. Try to say that twice as fast. So we're just going to make Grey a bit cocky, like he's telling the summoner, hey, let me handle this. Very fitting, right? And now, onto colors proper. Kawasumi's art is great, but since Grey has a darker complexion in Shadows of Valentia, I wanted to work on a darker skin to complement the gold and white of his new attire. I might have overdone it, but for once I think we can enjoy things not going the other way around. You might also notice that I did a little oopsie there. Indeed, I made the belt dark red with lighter stripes, whereas Askrian belts are usually light red with a darker and brighter stripe. This doesn't look like much of an error, but funnily enough, other artists do care about the details, so next time, you two will know. For the rest, as I mentioned, the long shirt is blue with a white tunic, adding just a little variety in the design. And the patterns, I decided would be light gold, just to keep the tunic quite light and distinguishable from the other gold parts. Well, getting close to the end with shading time, and as I started working on the skin, I decided that I wanted to try and emulate Yuzuki Kozaki's shading style to various degrees of success. While the skin definitely has its vibes, I think some of the parts like the gold are still closer to what I would do naturally. Which is a good thing in the end. Maybe one day it'd be a great exercise to try and mimic another artist's shading style through and through. We shall see. But for now, grey is done. What do you think? What realm are you hoping is Resplendent be? And get ready for our next Kensplendent, because next time we're going to Dolkalferheim for a Fairy of Darkness and Utmost Power. Yes, next time we're working on Dark Fairy Owain. Be on the lookout for that. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, take good care of yourselves, everyone.